The first episode begins with an introduction to Wang Suk, a lively and cheerful woman whose playful demeanor shines through as she greets her fiancé with a sweet nickname. Her happiness is evident as she openly expresses her affection for him right in front of her workplace post office. Her fiancé, Jiangsu, soon arrives in a blue truck filled with bottles of liquor, indicating his work in the alcohol industry. He even shares some bottles with her colleagues, further adding to the cheerful atmosphere. With a playful pout, Wang Suk teases, "Why are you here so early? My shift isn't over yet." But Jiangsu doesn't mind waiting. Just then, a co-worker reminds her to return to work so they can finish up quickly. Smiling, she bids Jiangsu a quick farewell and resumes her duties. Meanwhile, as Jiangsu unloads the goods he brought for her colleagues, a black Honda pulls up near the post office. The figure inside, dressed entirely in black, catches his attention. Before he can observe further, his phone rings, pulling his focus elsewhere. Inside, Wang Suk barely resumes work when the unexpected happens. A masked intruder storms in, brandishing a weapon and demanding everyone kneel. Panic spreads through the staff as he orders them to hand over money. Wang Suk freezes, her mind racing. Then she remembers the emergency alarm nearby. Slowly, she inches towards it, keeping low to avoid drawing attention. However, the intruder notices her movement immediately. "Stay still," he warns. Fear grips her not just for her safety, but for her future. With her wedding only a week away, she refuses to take any chances. Even when a colleague urges her to press the alarm while the thief is distracted, she hesitates. The thought of dying unmarried at 40 overwhelms her. As she glances outside, her heart stops. Jiangsu is approaching, carrying the last of his deliveries. Desperately, she waves, signaling him to stay back. Oblivious to the danger, he smiles and continues forward. The moment the thief secures the cash, instead of leaving, he grabs Wang Suk. At that moment, Jiangsu steps inside and firmly demands, "Let her go." Anxious, Wang Suk pleads, "Please, don't do anything reckless." She fears any sudden action might worsen the situation. Trying to divert attention, she insists he has nothing to do with this, just let him leave. But Jiangsu has a different plan. Noticing a fire extinguisher nearby, he quickly grabs it. Sensing the threat, the intruder shoves Wang Suk aside and clutches his bag tightly. Thinking fast, Wang Suk picks up a card and flings it toward him, causing a brief distraction. Seizing the moment, Jiangsu activates the fire extinguisher. However, in the rush, the thick white spray covers Wang Suk instead of the thief. The unexpected sight is both shocking and unintentionally amusing. Despite the chaotic turn of events, their quick thinking manages to disorient the intruder long enough for help to arrive and bring the situation under control. Standing tall, Jiangsu looks like a hero, while Wang Suk, still covered in foam, lets out a relieved sigh. It wasn't the kind of day she had expected, but at least they faced it together. Later, the couple heads to a bridal boutique, where Wang Suk is set to try on wedding dresses. At the entrance, her mother greets them with a surprised look. "Oh my, just look at you two. You're a mess," she exclaims, then turns to her daughter with a disapproving frown. "And your face looks rounder. Haven't you been dieting?" Sighing, Wang Suk endures her mother's critique. "What matters now is SDM," her mother declares. "SDM?" Wang Suk echoes, confused. "Studio, dress, and makeup," her mother says confidently, dismissing any protest. Ignoring the remark, Wang Suk proceeds to try on the first dress. To Jiangsu, she looks stunning in every single one, his admiration clear. But her mother remains unimpressed. "This won't do," she mutters. By the time Wang Suk tries on the third dress, her mother finally nods approvingly. "Now this is perfect. Go ahead. Spin around." "I can't," Wang Suk protests. These heels are too high. Nonsense. Just try, her mother insists. Taking a deep breath, she attempts to turn, only to lose her balance and fall. Frustrated, she throws her hands up. Maybe I just won't get married. This is way too much trouble. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to another family. A successful businessman checks his phone and frowns his wife has been overspending on their credit card. Without hesitation, he suspends it. Elsewhere, his wife, shopping with their daughter, discovers her card is declined. Annoyed but unfazed, she uses cash instead. Is dad mad again? Her daughter asks. Later, she calls her husband, demanding, "Why did you freeze the card? What's with your bad temper?" He remains calm. "I'm just enforcing the rules. Rule number one, daily spending shouldn't exceed $500. His wife sighs. And rule number 2? Exceptions are only for special occasions. Lowering her voice, she reminds him. Today is the anniversary of Chairman Han's late wife. This is my chance to gain favor with him, positioning our daughter as a potential match for his family. If she loses this opportunity because of your stinginess, it would be a disaster." Later, she and her daughter arrive at Chairman Han's residence, warmly greeted by his daughter. As they exchange pleasantries, loud piano music suddenly fills the house. Father has been in his study all day, just listening to music. Chairman Han's daughter explains. Curious, they approach him only to find that he continuously makes pointed remarks at them, subtly mocking her mother's attempts to impress him. Meanwhile, Jiangsu and Wang Suk set off to meet his brothers. During the drive, Wang Suk learns more about his family background. Jiangsu has 4 younger brothers, each excelling in their careers, one in finance, another in the entertainment industry, one studying at Stanford, and the youngest serving in the Navy SEALs. Upon arrival, the brothers eagerly meet the woman who has captured their eldest brother's heart. They're taken aback by Wang Suk's beauty and curiosity peaks as they ask how they met. With a smile, Wang Suk begins. Every Wednesday at exactly 4 p.m., Jiangsu would visit the post office to send letters. One day, I noticed every recipient's name ended with Su. I asked if they were for his brothers and why he didn't just email them. He simply replied, "I write them by hand, praying for their safety." This must come from the heart. Her words moved the brothers, and as they exchange looks, one finally says, "A love story that began with handwritten letters, no, that's special." The episode ends by shifting focus to the challenges faced by Jiangsu's brothers, hinting at more drama and emotional moments to come.